Welcome, everyone. Amber and Christian here. We've got a powerful broadcast for you today. We are going to be talking about the science of creating miracles and specifically remote viewing with a deep dive and also proof that it's not only possible, but it's teachable. And we had an incredible experience with our wonderful clients a couple nights ago. We wanted to share that with you and inspire you through their breakthroughs and their powerful journey as well. So, welcome everyone. Christian and Amber here.
Hey there.
How's everyone doing? Super excited, fired up to show you some of the stuff that we've been working on behind the scenes. If you don't know who we are quantum coaches and healers. And I'm a master quantum healer, and Amber's a quantum healer as well. And we both do a variation of different energy work, and we applied that to coaching specifically with business. Yep. And we help entrepreneurs break through the mindset that could be potentially holding them back, but also embody a new mindset to interact with a new way of being with their business, scaling up to very high levels and getting the capacity to do things that would be considered superhuman.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, because let's be honest, it's all about the energy. So if you're new here and you're feeling stuck in any way in your business, congratulations, because the good news is it's all about the energy, and that's what we love bringing you the most.
Absolutely. So the reason why we decided to go quantum on this thing is because we struggled ourselves through the process of entrepreneurship. And this is really what opened our eyes. Like, the struggle was really the gold or the diamond that created this wonderful journey for us. And now we are dedicating our lives to not only helping people, but also teaching people what's possible through understanding what we can't physically see with our own eyes. So that would be considered energy, ether, magnetism, the quantum side of things. So when you start to really scale down and understand on a scientific level how energy of the universe works. And when you do that, you'll find that you'll be able to not only learn new things, but also do new things as a human being. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that we've discovered is remote viewing.
Yep.
Now, remote viewing is a very controversial topic, but it's one that really grabs people's attention because it's something that they say, is this even possible? One. And we want hard proof. People want hard proof. Like what I've seen, if you go, I almost brought a video on today to kind of demonstrate. There's one from Darren Brown. He's a magician and he was interested in understanding psychic abilities and stuff like that. But he went and he met with a remote viewer, and the process was incredibly complicated. Like, he said hundreds of papers to get to a final solution.
Really?
Yeah, it was really fascinating. The video was probably about 10 minutes long. And the data that was viewed was very... it was about 60% to 50% at most accurate. There's also been a really interesting thing that came out last year talking about remote viewing coming from the CIA. Mm-hmm. So I do have one document. There was a document dump last year in March where the CIA started kind of revealing some of the secrets behind remote viewing. There's a lot of different remote viewers out there, but what I found interesting is that teaching it was incredibly complex. Like, energy work, to teach energy work is a very complex process or to do this type of thing. And it's very inconsistent. So what we've done with our business is we wanted something that was not only consistent, but also teachable. And we wanted something that would be proof for you. So you can go through that experience and you can see through that experience that whatever energy work that we did was actually taking place.
Right. To
right?
prove
So
that it's
a
working.
verifiable thing. So
Yeah.
there's a difference between trusting something that's happening and verifying something that's happening. And our method is verifiable.
Yeah.
Right? What's interesting about this too is like everybody's kind of got their own way of doing it, but it all comes down to pretty much more or less the same thing. It's really fascinating. We've studied a lot of different energy healing modalities, energy healing techniques, stuff like that. But we found that if you have a simple process, you can consistently do things that would be considered miraculous. So with that being said, let's actually break down what is considered miraculous. All right. So on the screen here, we've got some slides for you guys. We did a little preparing.
Christian
And
did preparing.
we're going to talk about the science of creating miracles. Amber, jump in at any moment. Interrupt me as I'm going through this
Okay.
if you have a thought or something that you want to say,
Thank you.
because I tend to kind of get in my zone.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Mm-hmm.
So the science of creating miracles, ask yourself this question. What if you were able to create a miracle at any given moment? What would that look like, and what would that mean for you? Do you have any thoughts behind that, Amber?
Yeah, it's probably not. It's probably not what most people will be thinking.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it would create a sense of peace in my life.
Okay. And I guess you would have to really define what a miracle is. So we have to really understand, first of all, what would be considered a miracle. And we broke it down into a very simple understanding. I actually wrote this inside of the Quantum Secrets group.
Can I interject? You gave me
Yeah.
permission to interrupt you. I want to tell you why, because I didn't realize why, but now I do.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is who we really are, you guys.
You are a walking miracle.
Yeah. So that's why peace is the first thing that comes to me, because it's reconnection with who I really am and remembrance of who I really am.
And I feel that let's preface with this too, or we should have prefaced with this, is these things anybody is capable of. It's not just selected people,
Yeah.
right? And this is why we lean on a technology as opposed to a methodology. A technology is something that can be done over and over again. It's the science of basically doing something. Think about your computer. It's a piece of technology that is reliable, that works.
Mm-hmm.
Communication is a piece of technology. It's a way that we do something, a science behind something it works all the time.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And although energy healing gets into the area of where there's a lot of faith involved in it, but we can still make faith work a lot better in our favor. So here's one of the posts that I wrote to a member in this group, actually, because they were asking about what miracles are, and I thought it was a really great question. So here's what I wrote. Miracles are referred as a surprising and welcome event that is not explicable by nature or scientific laws and is therefore considered to be a work of divine agency. In other words, at the level of consciousness that we are currently, we cannot prove the science or technology creating the event, thus making it a miracle. It's a little bit outside of our realm of consciousness. If this is an example, if we were to take an iPhone back into time, people from that time would consider it a miracle. They would consider it something that they have never seen. It's outside of their current level of consciousness. I personally and Amber have decided to dedicate ourselves to this work and understanding and teaching supernatural miracles that most people wouldn't understand. Through the process, we have backwards engineered events many would consider to be miraculous over and over again, making it an applicable science. And this is coming from some of our mentors, data from them as well. It's not us in general, but we're doing the work in this space too. I have proof that not only these technologies can be done and used on a daily basis, it also can be taught. It's one thing to see it with your own eyes. It's another thing to teach it and to watch someone else apply the science and technology. These things that I would consider miraculous would be in the category of remote viewing, instantaneous healings, downloading and clearing beliefs, and high-level intentional manifesting. And with our experience, this was a couple days ago. Last night, we did a group session. On our session, we did an exercise, and it happened in real time. It was documented in video, which we're going to show you towards the end of this video. And the reason is to show you what is possible through the quantum awakening and applying these technologies that miracles are made of. So just kind of wrap your mind around this for a second. First and foremost, the things that we've been told are not possible, that were outside of us, are certainly possible.
Right.
Instantaneous healings, energy work, future reading, remote viewing, all of these things. We absolutely have the power to do this. What separates us from that is the technology or the science behind it to really understand how to do this consciously, on a conscious level. So becoming aware of that. And then exercising that over and over again. Right? You have anything?
Yeah, I'm just thinking like once you dive deeper into these tools, because we've used subconscious reprogramming for years, and I think we're going to share with you a breakthrough moment in a couple of slides. I see them that Christian made here. And that, to me, that's like breathing. I mean, that is the easiest thing in the world. I've used it for years. It creates miracles. I have proof that it's working all the time, but yet I'm still like, oh, remote viewing's kind of difficult. And so that's what's coming up for me as you speak about this, because it's not. That's the rule that I'm putting on it. That's my own belief system. And that's what's so cool about this work.
So why would you want a power like this? Why would you want to actually learn these things and start applying them in a daily routine, in daily life? The same reason why you would want a car. The same reason why you would want a plane. The same reason why you would want a computer, because they are technologies that do things to enhance our ability to live at a higher level. And what fascinated about this for me personally is a lot of people weren't exploring these things, or they didn't think that they were possible, but they're God-given gifts. Really, really interesting. So here was kind of our breakthrough moment. We did a world tour a couple years ago. This is really where I understood, and Amber understood, the power of going quantum.
Yep.
We were playing with this kind of technology, understanding it.
We were using it with clients and having one result at a time, but it wasn't until we did it in front of a huge group of like 150 people, where I was in the audience watching Christian utilize this technology with a whole bunch of people at one time, and it was from the crowd as it was working, and proof that it had worked. And we were both like, he was on stage and I was in the audience, and we locked eyes for a minute, and it was like, oh crap, our whole world's changing.
Right. There was a moment where I was on stage and I was kind of demonstrating what's possible with this. And I had people test for a certain belief, and a lot of people didn't have it in the crowd. And I took 30 seconds and I shifted the belief for the whole group of people. And like I said, it's important that we verify this, right? So then I had them retest. And when they retested, they experienced for themselves that it shifted.
Yeah, and I want to point something out here. Christian's not talking about like closing his eyes and intending that this stuff is shifted. We've spent a lot of money and a lot of years investing in the tools and what we call the codes to do these things. So I just want to be really, really clear. It wasn't like, oh, I'm going to close my eyes and intend that all this crap happens, and then boom, there it is. It was running the same codes that we utilized and that we've taught a couple of our clients, the ones that you're going to see in a minute, that they use the same codes they use to do this remote viewing that you're going to see shortly.
Right. And it's very important that it's codified, right? Because it's a reliable, consistent way of doing this, a technology,
Right.
right? So just kind of going back to our slides, this is when we got fired up about this and we're like, oh my God, this is such an incredible technology. It's so powerful. People need to understand what is possible.
Yeah.
And we need to develop and inject it into our business. We need to inject it into our daily life. We need to help clients through this because you can break through, as you're going to see here in a moment. You can create some serious miraculous things, including instantaneous healings. We have some proof. We're going to show you.
Cool.
All right. So here's some of the things that you can do if you wanted to learn this type of thing. Rapid intentional manifesting, like magical type shit. Remote viewing, future reading, instantaneous healings. We'll get into that in a minute. And belief shifting. So beliefs, as we know, as entrepreneurs, beliefs are probably one of the most problematic areas. The mindset, most people say, is like the thing that you want to fix. Like it's kind of like the coup de grace. Like that's the thing that we want to fix as coaches. But we don't really understand. It's surface level stuff.
Right. Conscious stuff.
Mindset and thoughts are surface level. Subconscious energy, things of that nature are a little bit different. We have to use an energetic tool or an energetic technology to fix those. So we call that belief shifting. So let's get into, okay, it's cool that you say this, Christian. Let's see some proof. Let's see some hardcore evidence that this is taking place. Well, this is a couple healers that we've trained, that we've worked with. They were able to...
Oh, that's a testimonial you have up.
Yeah.
Not a healer that we've trained.
No, not. But they worked with this woman, right?
Oh yeah.
So
that's right. That was
healers,
their doing. I forgot about that.
This woman is in our network. She's a wonderful woman.
Amazing.
We've done a lot of work with her, but we worked with two healers in particular, and they were able to heal her daughter of cancer.
Yep.
And what happened was, the daughter went to the doctor to get the surgery, and the doctor was like, "It's gone.
It's gone." Yeah.
There's no explanation. We don't understand this. Like, miracle, right?
Yeah.
Here's a couple more really interesting ones. We actually did a free money one.
Oh yeah, that's right.
One of our friends had sent it to their friend, and their friend won $37,000 after doing this particular money.
Yeah, had unexpected money come in. That's right.
Does it happen for everyone? No. But do we have a tool that we can work with to break through these things? Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
That's pretty accurate. Pretty damn accurate. As accurate, maybe is not as, maybe as accurate as it gets right now, I would say. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. So there's a couple more. We've also done some really cool stuff from some incredible clients. One is a real estate agent, very wonderful woman. She's probably going to watch this at some point. We did a session where there was some future beliefs, and we were able to do those. And I think it was a week later, she sent me this message.
Clear those out, yeah.
Had the biggest sale ever, 1.6 million. And then this is just around like course and programs, stuff like that. Doing this type of energy work really opens up the capacity to accelerate the things that you want to create.
Yeah, now so this woman had 13 signups. She ended up making like 18 or 21K, I think, in the first couple weeks of doing this work.
So, what's so special about this? Well, it's a commonly overlooked side of business, side of life, the energetic side of life, that we just don't fully understand. Mm-hmm. But when we start to look at it from a scientific point of view and start to backwards engineer these things and understand what's going on, it really opens up a new world, actually, a new world of potential, I'd like to say. All right. So let's talk about remote viewing. What you guys are going to see in this video in a couple minutes is probably one of the most miraculous things that I've ever experienced. personally, and I hope that it has that effect with you too. The two women that we were working with are wonderful women. They're in our program. They become quantum healers. And we started doing some exercise work to really exercise these muscles. And not even knowing, we just were on a group session and we did some exercising. And what we found was, I mean, the odds of this happening are very, very slim to none.
I can't wait to see.
Yeah. So before we do that, let's talk a little bit about remote viewing. I do have this slide here. It's actually from the data dump, the CIA data dump. I shared this on my Facebook profile last year. There was over 13 million documents spread over 800,000 files. Among these files, Project Stargate, a series of studies surrounding psychic phenomenon conducted by Defense Intelligence Agency, DIA, and later transferred to the CIA. Remote viewing was of interest in this. And basically, they were talking about, like, when I read through this, I was like, oh my God, they're talking about what we were discovering, like what we were going through the process of discovering, talking about how this actually works and what remote viewing is. So for those that don't know, remote viewing is basically a way where you can view a specific thing, event, place, stuff like that, but you don't have to actually be there. So in other words, we've done this before. Amber had a great experience as she started exercising her ability.
Yep.
What did you do?
There were a couple things. So the main one, the very, very, very first time Christian, I'm, as you know, running the codes that we mentioned before as a quantum healer and viewing on purpose what Christian's got in his hand at dinner one day. And I threw a lot of things out there like, oh, I'm seeing this, I'm seeing that. No, I'm seeing this. Okay, nope. And then I had to clear my mind completely and become present and just receive the message and allow my conscious mind to take a back seat, as we always say. And all of a sudden I said, oh, I know exactly what it is. It's a business card with a guy named Caesar. And I knew for sure.
It just comes, boom, it just drops in like that.
Christian got excited, and it was actually a business card from a guy not named Caesar, but who worked at Caesar's palace. So what I viewed was the word Caesar on that card, and it was exactly what I saw. So then, shortly after, we started getting asked to help find people and things and stuff like that. So I've done a little bit of work with that. It's very, very, very rewarding, especially in like an emergency type situation where you can help with things like that. That's been my experience with it so far.
Yeah, it's pretty, when we went through that experience, I was like, oh my God, this is like, how do you explain that, Mm-hmm. Pretty cool stuff. So we just went through this experience with a couple of our clients that we work with, and next week we'll have Karin on. We're going to interview Karin, and then Amber's going to hopefully interview Shaw at some point.
Yes.
But I know Karin's coming on for sure. What you're going to see in this video, well, you be the judge.
Oh,
man. You tell us what you think and what's going on. This was completely off the cuff, and let's go ahead and see.
And by the way, they didn't know they were doing this. So one of our group sessions, not all of our clients learn these codes, right? Some just are, not just, but some are other types of healers and marketers, and that's what they're learning. But this just happened to be like this one moment where at the end of a call, these two were left and they both know the codes. And so they weren't expecting to do this. That's my point.
Yep, exactly. Okay. All right, so let's hop on into the video. It's about a 5-minute video or so, and then what we'll do is we'll if there's anybody watching live right now, I think there is, we'll answer some questions if they have questions.
Yeah, let us know if questions come up, and we'll be watching for them.
Here it goes. And so what we're gonna do tonight is I want to do a remote viewing. The codes will be the same except for on the X factor, it will be, instead of download or clear, it will be view. So just run the codes and then replace view. And when you do the view part, just be present, allow the information to come to you, and we'll see what hits. We'll try it a couple different times, a couple different variants. So what I'm going to do for the first time is we'll go ahead and start with Shaw. I'm going to hold something in my hand, and all I want you to do is run the codes, do the remote viewing part, and just allow yourself to get the information, and whatever comes to you when you come back down from the codes, just tell me what you saw. Okay, so
Can I just preface something?
Yeah.
I just want you to know, well, I don't want to plant any seeds because it doesn't have to be this way, but for me, this took a lot of practice. I was really far off for a while. Just saying. So no pressure. It's a muscle that
It's a muscle
you
for
really
sure.
have to build.
Yeah.
And the fastest way to build it is to completely go blank slate. You can't think about what this is. You cannot figure it out consciously. You just have to look and see. And I think at one point I had like 20 things come up in my mind that were totally off, and then bingo, the thing was right there. So
the visualization process, so you guys know, for this particular one, the visual, if you want to use the visual, is going to be, let me pull it up. I just had it.
there it is.
Focus on the present moment and witness a flash of light that disappears.
So when you run the codes after connect, you're going to view, and you're going to see a flash of light that disappears, and then just allow yourself total freedom to say what's coming through without any pressure to get it right. That's what I'm getting at.
All right. So Shaw, we'll go ahead and start with you.
Okay.
Just first of all, let's all connect for a minute, and let's take this moment to just express gratitude for what we're doing, this work.
Amazing.
Take a deep breath in, relax. Just know that anything that comes through, any answer is a good answer. We're exercising, we're practicing our craft, and we're loving the process. And we're grateful to our creator, to the universe, to ourselves, to one another. And we're grateful for whatever comes through in this next few moments. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So Shaw, I'm holding something in my hand right now. Go ahead and do your magic and see what comes through.
Okay. So first, sort of a paperweight-like thing flashed, and then a USB.
Interesting. No, not on either one of those. No. Anybody else have an answer?
I saw like a black or dark blue bank card, like a debit card.
Boom!
Woo!
Boom! You did it.
All right.
Congratulations.
You know what I actually saw? I saw a red and a yellow round thing. And then I was like, what is that? It was like a paperweight.
And that's the symbol on the card, honey.
Yeah.
Look at
Yeah, there you go. See, it
That.
comes in. Karin
So I was like, who uses paperweights now? Yeah. Cool.
did it. You successfully remote
You
viewed.
guys, wow.
Shaw, too. Congratulations.
It's the energy. We got the energy.
Wow.
Yes.
Man, that fires me up.
Me too.
I love it. Congratulations to both Shaw and Karin.
Man.
Shaw got it too. So what happened there, if you guys really caught on, what happened there is Karin got it down to the detail, like blue bank card.
Yeah.
She got it down to the detail. And Shaw, the way that remote viewing works is it gives you specific information. But sometimes the way that we interpret that information could be different. So she was interpreting it as what did she say? A
Paperweight.
A paperweight. But it was actually the MasterCard logo.
It was a yellow and red circular situation, which is totally the MasterCard logo. So then it was so cool because she recognized what she saw on the card once Christian showed it. And that was their first time, both of them, their first time. They've been using the codes for a while with other things, but that was their absolute first time remote viewing.
Pretty crazy stuff. So simultaneously, two different people were successfully remote viewing the same object, which was really, for us, was really pushing the limits, and we will continue to push the limits.
Of course.
We hope that we push the limits with one of you guys watching. If you guys want to learn this type of thing, we will see if that's possible first. But if you want to learn this type of thing, reach out to us. We're going to give a booking link so you can book a call and see if it's potentially a good fit for us to help you through that. But yeah, so what we're getting at is this is verifiable. It's been proven simultaneously, successfully to remote view using the technology that we use. We've did some research. There was a really good video from Vice, I want to say. If you could look it up on YouTube, maybe I'll drop it in the comments, talking about the process that some of the other remote viewers were doing. And it seems like a pretty complicated process, and it wasn't nearly as accurate. So this is all about simplicity, really. We want to be able to teach this over and over again and to apply it on a daily basis. Right?
Awesome.
Any thoughts, Amber?
Yeah, I really want to take a minute to welcome new members. And if you catch this later, if you're new in the future, let us know. We're super excited to learn more about what you do. At whatever level that you're at, we of course magnetize healers, but we also work with all types of business owners. And this might seem a little off topic for business, but here's what I want to really drive home for you. These miracles happen. These tools exist. Once you tap into the energy of all this stuff that we're talking about here today, your business starts to explode, frankly. So I know that it might not be directly related to remote viewing, but the purpose behind this is to really show concrete proof
what's possible
of the power behind the energy, guys, because I can tell you this. Christian and I were really, really stuck in our business, and it wasn't until we started tapping into these things that the needle started moving forward, and we do a lot less work than we used to do. We have a lot more freedom in our lives. Our clients get better results. They have a lot more freedom in their lives. This is just one piece, one tiny piece of the puzzle. But the main point is to really drive home the fact that it's the energy that's creating all the results in your life, and really show you how deep that goes and how magical that process is. So like Christian said, if you want to connect with us, if this is intriguing to you, if you're working on moving the needle in your business and something's just not quite fitting quite right, by all means, we're here for you. Our door is open. You are more than welcome to book a call with us. Christian will put the link somewhere here, maybe in the comments of this video.
In the comments, I'll do it. Yep.
Take a moment. If you're called, you already know if there's a calling on your heart. You already know what you need next in your business. And if this is calling on you, then let's connect. Simple as that.
And keep in mind, this has evolved into a technology. So before, it was something that was hard to describe. Now it's something used on a daily basis. And we want to move that as far as our why, our purpose on this planet is to really show people what's possible on the quantum side, and everything that was talked about in the Bible, in, you know, stuff like that is absolutely possible by each and every individual.
All of the miraculous things that you hear from all
Yeah.
angles, not just there, but yeah, that's definitely one good example. Whatever resonates with you. All these crazy miracle type things that we hear, they're real, guys. They're real.
Yep. And this is actually a tool, right? But the real magic comes through awakening. So a lot of people are attracted to these tools. They want to do these supernatural type things. They want to use this with their life, with their business, helping other people, whatever that may be. But the power is really in understanding awakening. And that's a totally separate topic. We'll get onto some of that maybe at some point here in Quantum Secrets.
That's a good topic.
But this is, awakening will basically melt every single fear that you've ever had as a human being when you start to awaken to ultimate truth. So if you guys like what you see, if you have a calling to work together or learn some of these quantum tools, the way that you do that is by...
Oh.
I didn't have it
It
there.
looks like a jellyfish to me, I have to say.
Booking a free call with us. Just book a strategy call. We'll go over, you know, what you want to achieve, what your goals are, how you can implement some of these quantum miracles, how we can help you implement some of this to break through, to get more freedom, to get your goals, your income goals, scaling your business, all those different types of things. And just know that if you kind of put this on the back burner and if you're having some problems, this is probably the reason why. You really need to shift the energy first. It's the most important aspect of this. So if that sounds like a good thing for you, just book a free call. It's a real casual call, and we'd love to see if we can serve you and how we can work together. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really hope that you enjoyed this remote viewing miracle conversation. We look forward to bringing you some powerful content and possibly even something that may include you in the future.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. We'll see you on the next one.
See ya.